Here we go, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Tuesday, August 30th, 2022. Hey, a great big reminder here, everybody, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern in the free trading room, Doug with Right Way Options will be presenting. So 8 p.m. Eastern tonight, August 30, 2022. Hope everybody can be there. Okay, let's see. What's going on today? First thing, here just in about 10 minutes, we've got the Case-Shiller Home Price Index coming out. FHFA House Price Index coming up at 9 as well. That's not so important. Consumer confidence, that might be a little bit important, coming up at 10 Eastern. And then the JOLTS number at 10 Eastern. John Williams speaks at 11 a.m. this morning. After that, none of this really matters. And then you've got Wednesday coming up, so we'll keep an eye on that. So here's something I want to point out to members. I'm gonna, as if we're logging into the trading room, you first you log in as a member here, and then you click on Hit and Run Candlesticks. Don't forget to come down here and check some things out. We've been doing a little updating and whatnot with it. Over here. Now, you guys all know that we post any buys, sells, closes, adjustments in here live in the trading room, and we post for instance, bought XYZ October 36 strike calls or puts, maybe. We post that, and then we do that live video. Well, if you come over here and click on this and click on this, my system is always a little bit slow because I have a lot in what we call the back end working. But anyway, here's some of those trade video logics. If you want to just go back and watch them, maybe they're out of the room, something like that. But you can just go through like our HAL Nevada MRO, a little something on BBIG, and then this is, yesterday I posted this, and then this morning I finished up with these. So remember, as a member, just simply log in and you can go to this page and grab some of that stuff. If you don't have anything to do one evening and you just want to peruse through some of those videos, I think it's terrific education. So anyway, I'm up for any suggestions, any ideas, anything that you'd like to see changed on that. Please let me know. All righty. Good morning, Julie, Rambo, Chaz, Mike, John, Chip. How you guys doing? Al, good morning. Welcome, everybody. All right, so here's the dilemma today. Are we bullish or are we bearish? Look, right now, I think we're in a bit of very questionable turbulence type of market. Yeah, neither, Rickster. You might be right on that, because I think we're in chop. Now, here's what I'm looking at, okay? So we could make arguments, and I'm not looking at anything on the fundamental side of the market. I'm strictly looking at technicals here. So if we connect this low with this candle, and we come up here, look how we've got a trend going. Look how we have a trend going up. Look how we have a trend going down here. So any price in this area, to me, is very dangerous ground. Taking the bet that we're going to break out, or taking the bet we're going to break down without it actually happening, is leaving the technicals. It's leaving the chart, and which is, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if that's the way you trade, then there is nothing wrong with that. For some folks, though, that's not the way they trade. Me, it's not the way I trade. I'm going to follow price action. I'm going to follow my trend. And right now, I think we're in this no man's land. What are we doing? Just a bunch of lost candles in here that aren't making any real sense at all. Now, I think trading your trend is extremely important. Probably the number one thing that I think could maybe help traders is establish what you want. Establish your trend, how you design your trend, how you make your trend. What is a trend to you? Establish that, and then trade from that and only that. And I think you'll find that trading, it just makes trading easier. I truly believe that. The hard part is there will be days when, I can't trade because it's not in my trend. So let's break this down to, say, a 15-minute chart. And I'm going to turn this real time off. There we go. Now, my trend is pretty much following the T-line and the trendicator. That's pretty much what I follow as a trend. And if you look at the 15-minute chart at the close yesterday, we're still bearish. There is nothing bullish about this chart, not even remotely close. Now, so this morning, well, it was, I think, a little bit better this morning. So we move up a little bit. We have this little ink of bullish activity. Remember, I tell the story all the time of people I know that have paid big bucks. I'm talking $20,000, okay, to go to some trading school. And here's the only good thing they learned out of that. They learned the art of a low, high, higher low, and higher high trading. And the art is this right here. On a 15-minute chart, this is not even, I don't care how much the futures might be up or not up, or, bullish, if you're looking something bullish. Until we get past that high, you got nothing, because the trend is still down. In a trend going down or a trend going up, you're going to have little zigzaggies. And we have to be careful that those little up zigzaggies aren't trying to trick you into something before it does this. So this is why we wait for that low, the high, the higher low, and the breakout. That starts to establish a trend. Now, this is just the 15-minute chart. Here's the hourly chart. Where is the trend? Bullish trend. Now, you guys, a few weeks ago, you know that I was Mr. Bullish, okay? Mr. Bullish. And that's following the trend. Now I'm Mr. Bearish, following the trend. If the trend reverses to bullish, I will be Mr. Bullish. Boy, I'm kind of fickle, aren't I? But I'm following the trend. Here, and it went. Now, this is just my trend. Rickster, Julie, Rambo, Chaz, Mike, John. You guys all might have something else. You might draw lines and put pitchforks on there and throw a bale of hay in there or something like that. Everybody has their own sweet way of looking at a chart and their own particular little nuances here, and that's cool. That really is. Anyway, hourly chart, I still see bearishness. It doesn't matter how bullish we are at the moment. Now, by the end of the day, hey, the bulls can come in and kick those bears out. But remember, it's not our job to pick the bottom, and this could be a bottom. It could be, but it's not our job to trade this bottom. Our job is to trade after the bottom is created in the trend. At least that's what I'm telling myself, okay? Here's a 3-bar chart. You guys all know I like that 3-bar chart. And what's the trend doing? Still down. Still down. Okay, back to the daily. So if we, let me turn this real time back on now. There we go. So here we are floating around, and then we have the almighty 50-period moving average. And believe me, when I say that, I'm not being tongue-in-cheek on it. I'm serious. The almighty 50-period moving average. I'm dead serious about it. And here we are holding above it. But what we haven't, and I think that's great, by the way. 2 thumbs up, bulls, you rock and roll. All right? But these bulls, unless they can put together a reversal pattern, all we have is a downtrend. That's all we have here. Now, if we start to see a little pop up, where is that trend changed? We have a little bullish noise here, sure. And here we are running, only if we get this bullish activity. We're going to run right into that trend line. We're going to run right into that resistance right there. So here's my notes I wrote today. Anything below this blue line and anything above this blue line, which is a pretty big space, is nothing but garbage. It's nothing but sucker bait, if you ask me, because nothing has been established. All this is a bunch of bulls and bears in there, calling each other names and beating each other up. For what? For what? Now, I'm not that good of a trader. I admit it. I can't come in here and mess with some of this. I don't trade that fast to start with. And it's insane. So be careful. This is, again, talking to myself. Rick, be careful. These are my morning notes to myself. This little red line right there. Now, if the bulls can successfully break over that line and hold, okay, game on. Let's rock and roll. Let's get our bullish songbook out and start singing. Absolutely. Now, we break below the 50 period moving average and this trend line, then here come the bears. And then we'll be looking at something like that. But anything in the middle, chop, 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 chop. Anyway, that is pretty much my notes. Not quite that wordy on the paper, but that's what I meant there by that, okay? So that's my notes. All right, let's take a look at, here's some things that might give an overall view of what the market might be doing. The bigger picture, okay? The bigger picture, not the quick trade or the 2-day trade or the 3-day trade, but the bigger picture. So if we take a look at the transports are in a downtrend. All right, kind of hard to fight the market when. Now, I take that back. We fight the market all the time when this is down. Transport's no big deal. It really isn't, right? Well, here's what happens. You add SMH in there, and you have a problem. Look, we've traded this market bullish or bearish many a time with SMH up and the transports down, many a time, or vice versa. But when you get the transports down and SMH down, that's a problem. When you get SMH up and the transports up and you're determined the world's coming to an end and you're short, now that's a problem for you. So keep an eye on the transports in SMH. And right now, where's the bullishness? Where's it at? I don't see it. That's what I'm trying to point out here. Where's the bullishness? I'm talking about this because I got, every day I get 2, 3, maybe 4 emails or Skypes or some people send me texts, things like that. And they're all talking about the bullishness here. Even in yesterday's webinar during the day, there was more people looking for bullish charts than bearish charts. And I just have to question why. Why? Follow the trend. Trend is down. So anyway, keep an eye on that. Here's another one you might want to add to that list, the transports, the SMH, semiconductors, is try adding this FNGU. Because without these folks, this market goes nowhere up. You can, the transports can be down, the SMH can be down, FNGU can be up, and this market will rock. The transports and the semiconductors can be up, and this can be down, and this market's going to go down. Without this group of stocks that's in that ETF right there, this is the king. Now, it's not fast. It's not, you can't watch it minute by minute and think you can figure the market out. You can't do that. But we can clearly see that downtrend. Clearly. And then the person that is the all-time bull, never give up, you're doing things like this right here. Hey, we have a touch and we have a touch. This is bullish. It's not bullish till you get back in that trend. This gives hope. Unfortunately, many times, it's nothing but false hope. So wait for the trend. That's the end of that story. All right, let's look at some charts here. And I don't even know if it's on here, SQQ today. No, it's not today. We had this yesterday. I'm looking for the buy box right here. So I am still bearish at the moment. Still bearish because the trend is down. So here we've got a low, a high, higher low, higher high. And here we've pulled back. And this is what we're looking for, a buy somewhere in this area. Now, you know what? If it starts to get bullish, and say it gets bullish, right, right in here. So today it starts popping up. That's no problem. That's a bullish chart. Low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low. There's our higher low. If we start to break out, that's the bullish sign on this SQQQ, which means the Qs are going down. Well, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the buy box and I'm going to move the buy box up. It's still a trade. It's still a trade. The targets up here don't change. The entry might change. And, that's the way trading a trend works, okay? Let's see here. Let's put a trend up here. And let's, pretty much did this backwards. Shouldn't be doing this in red, but this shows up really good. So if you have a trend, this is what we want. We want to see that. So those breakouts, those are buys. These pullbacks are buys on the right price action. And that's what we're looking for here. And the targets up here, like right here, or the 50. So here, the 50 maybe. Those don't change. So you don't get the super duper bottom. That's okay. There's still a ton of money that could be made here. So anyway, SQQQ is setting up. I like this. That's looking pretty good. So let's keep an eye on those inverse ETFs. Yesterday we talked about them a lot. All right, let's look at some other charts here. CGC. CGC, Telray, ACB, MSOS, MJ, cannabis stocks. They're looking kind of good here. They're looking really, really good. So maybe what we do is we put these on the watch list and we wait for whichever one hits our trigger first. So take CGC. Maybe it's a breakout right in here. Maybe it's not a buy today. Here, that's another thing too. Just because I have CGC or MCK or Meta or UEC Coles here on trade ideas today doesn't mean they're to be traded today. I don't do that. I put these on a watch list and I wait to be triggered. Thank you, live trading alerts. I wait to be triggered. I see, I look at this CGC and I see this beautiful trend. I see that it's broken out over the 50 period moving average. That's one of the big things for me, especially lately. The trend indicator is trending up. Man, I love that. Now I'm going to wait for that setup in here. And the setup could be a breakout. The setup could be just more of a pullback and a better candle intraday, something like that. Targets don't change. Rounded bottom breakout, we're always going to use the dotted deuce and the 200 up here. We might make another line in there, another target, little adjustments. MCK, look at that, beautiful bullish chart. Once again, look at the trend. And my trend is simply the trend indicator. I don't typically draw lines. I'm lazy as can be. To start with, it just kind of mucks up the whole chart, if you ask me. But that's just me, okay? Tom there, Rickster, you guys might have 42 lines on your chart. If that works for you, okay, perfect. Well, we will draw lines on this one because I just want to point out what I've got here. So here is a low, there is a high, there's a higher low. Let's talk candle action. Look at that bullish piercing candle. That's a reversal candle. So at what point does it become tradable? By the way, I do not believe yesterday is where it was tradable. I do not believe that. What I believe, it's tradable over yesterday's candle. So that makes this area right here, the trade. Could also be on a breakout. Depends who you are. Some traders get into, buying here. Heck, some traders get into buying here too. Some traders get into buying there. Not any one person is going to be right or more right than the other person. What it's about is the follow through. This is where you make your money, not putzing around with all that stuff in there. Meta. So, how about Meta short? Okay. So, and can a stock like Meta flip and be bullish in a heartbeat? Yeah, it can. It can. Are we putting in what could be a constructive bottom? We could be, yes. Do we have a downtrend here? We do. Absolutely. So, if you're a super bear and you think Meta Facebook is going to go south, okay, buy it short. If you think, if you're bullish, forever a bull, and you think it's going to go higher, okay, buy it. You're betting it's going to go up. Or maybe what you do, you wait till it breaks down to the downside, truly breaks that, or breaks to the upside. Now, I'm probably more toward the bear side at the moment on this, because we are below the 50-period moving average. We're below the trend indicator. Could that be support? It could be, but it's not support until it is support. So betting that that's support, I don't think that's good technical reading of a chart. You have to put price action in there. And the only way, support is only support way after the fact. Support is not, this is not support until price moves up, and then you can go back and say, oh, look, we came off support. But until price does that, this is nothing but a blue line on a white background chart. That's all it is. That is all it is. Price action. That is on point. On point. And it's not that, it's not that Meta, and let's talk Meta bullish for a moment. It's not that Meta is a long trade now. We need to establish that trend. And if this right here, if this is all you're trading, good luck. I mean, poop like an elephant, eat like a bird. That's what this is. If you're buying this and this is all you're making here, well, you're eating like a bird. Believe me, on the trade you lose, you're going to be pooping like an elephant, and it doesn't work out. It doesn't balance out. It just doesn't. In the end, you're going to run out of money trading tiny little stuff like that. You want that trend working. That's where good money's made. Sorry, I'm very chatty today. I don't mean to be. Take a look at UEC. Magnificent looking chart. Magnificent. Now, I can't guarantee that today's going to be the day that I buy it. In fact, there's probably a good chance I'm not. Because I don't know that the market is my kind of market just yet. I do like the way this is setting up. You've got a nice low. You've got a little high, a higher low. Super massive candle yesterday. Morningstar reversal signal here. I would like it to pull back here, but if it doesn't, that's okay. All you got to do is move the buy box up. And like I said, the chances of me buying it are pretty slim today. Mostly reason, for those that don't know, I'm going to be out Thursday and Friday of this week, taking an extra long weekend. So, I'm not interested in being all crazy in the market. Coals. I still like coals short. Are we creating a bottom here? We could be. Are we in a downtrend? Fact, yes, we are. Are we creating a bottom? We could be, not fact. Are we in a downtrend? Fact, we are. So why try to beat this to the long side? I had somebody ask me last night, email, how about coals for a long? Why? Why? I don't see it. Closes more of a short. It's trending to the downside. It's a long trade if it breaks out. And by the way, this is not the trade. Let it pull back. There's the trade. Right in there. Okay. ADM. What time is it? I'm about out of time. Holy mackerel. ADM here is still a long trade. We're looking for about 94.50 as a target, and then up here at the top, about 98. All right, seriously, I got to run, guys. I'm out of time. I'm going to get jammed up. Remember, tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, in the free trading room, Doug with Right Way Options. I already said that, 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. Tuesday, August 30th, 2022. We'll see you guys in about 15 minutes here in the trading room, okay? Take care. Thank you so much for listening to me babble this morning.